Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Evan and this is Sense or Sense. And a couple of weeks ago, I brought you guys a video about the Chase Sapphire Reserve credits through DoorDash. And I wanted to bring an update on what I've learned and what I've found out by doing a little bit more investigating as well as talking to Chase and DoorDash. So first of all, the issue was that DoorDash is supposed to issue, as a Chase Sapphire Reserve card holder, you're supposed to get two $10 grocery credits per month that expire at the end of the month to use with DoorDash to purchase groceries. So you can go, I have a local Aldi and a Tom Thumb and several other grocery stores, Sprouts, that I can go and I can buy, I usually order $60 worth of groceries because then I get some fees waived, and then I get a $10 discount with my Chase Sapphire Reserve card also, which basically offsets all the fees and the tip and all that kind of stuff. So it saves me a trip to the grocery store and gives me some convenience. I don't use it anything other than just the $10 credit. Well, there was an issue in the last couple months. They changed some of these things around at DoorDash, and Chase changed a couple of things, and so as of February, there were some problems. And what I noticed was that the $10 credit was not showing up in my DoorDash app. And so I contacted DoorDash, and they said, well, yeah, this is an ongoing issue. We're trying to get this sorted out. In the meantime, you can try to use the desktop version of our app, basically, and you can get the $10 off that way, or we can credit your account after the fact. Well, I couldn't get the desktop version to work originally, and so they ended up giving me a $10 credit the last couple orders I had. Well, I'm pleased to report that as of the beginning of April, no, actually it was not the beginning of April, it was a couple weeks ago, so middle of April, I can now use the desktop DoorDash app to get my $10 Chase grocery credit. I still cannot use my phone app, which is a bit inconvenient, but I'm usually working from home, so it's not a big deal. But understand this, you're going to have to deal with DoorDash support in order to get this corrected. I think that ultimately there's been an issue since Chase changed these credits up a little bit back in February, such that anybody that has an older app or an older account has to essentially contact DoorDash, from what I can gather, and then they do something internally, and over time they've gotten my $10 grocery credits to work again on the desktop, but not the actual app on my phone. When I contacted DoorDash in the last couple of days, they told me, yeah, we're still aware of the issue, we're trying to correct this, Chase is aware of the issue, they can't do anything on their end, it's all on our end, on our DoorDash app, and we're working to resolve this. We're sorry about the inconvenience. You can still get the credit after the fact if you need to, or if you can get it through the desktop, then please do it that way. So essentially, it's gotten a little bit better over the last several weeks, but you still can't use their online app to get it. Now, I am pleased to report there is a separate $5 restaurant credit that Chase has issued for quite some time for a DoorDash restaurant order. So it has to be a delivered order, or actually I think it can be a delivered or a pickup order now, but it used to be that it had to be a delivered order. And that actually works both with the desktop and the app, at least on my setup. There's a little toggle switch on the app that allows you to select the $5 Chase restaurant credit when you're going in and making a purchase from a restaurant. Now, this is something that we need to talk about a little bit because Chase made a change. This has nothing to do with DoorDash, but Chase made a change in February that said that the $5 credit for restaurants on DoorDash are no longer going to be able to be carried over for up to 3 months. So it used to be that you could accumulate the $5 credit and use it in month 3 for a $15 total credit, and then if you didn't use it after that 90-day window, then it just disappeared and started accumulating $5 the first month, $10 the second month, $15 the third month. That is no longer the case, and I did not know that as of the last video. I'm not sure when that changed, but I sure as heck got a pop-up when I was trying to go and use the restaurant credit recently, because I thought to myself, I should have more than $5 accumulated in my account. I should have $10 or $15. I haven't used it in a couple of months. And nope, I could only access $5. And furthermore, I read the little fine print, and it basically just said that it no longer rolls over as of February 1st, 2025. So that's a big unfortunate side effect of Chase. I think they started offering these two $10 grocery credits, and they kind of did away with the carrying forward of the $5 for the restaurants. That's unfortunate. I only used DoorDash once every 3 months to get the $15 credit because, as you well know, the fees and tips and all the other add-ons that they had just did not make it feasible for you to go in there and use a $5 credit every single month unless you really needed to have something delivered to your house at the last minute, something like that. I'm not in that situation. I live in a very urban area. I can go pick up most things within a mile or two of my house. But I'd use the $15 when it accumulated every 3 months to buy one meal for my family, and it would basically cover the tip, the tax, the service fees, and a little bit of markup. So it was basically like I didn't have to drive to the actual restaurant and pick it up. I saved the gas and the time. I didn't look at it as any other discount. But unfortunately now, with only $5 per month and not rolling over to the next month, I'm not sure I'm going to use this. I may use it once or twice a year when I'm really busy, something like that. But I have Uber credits through American Express too that accumulate pretty quickly, and so I tend to use Uber Eats because I have $30 to $50 a month in that account that's given to me from Amex. So the moral of the story is that the $10 grocery credit is still not working in my app. I would suggest calling DoorDash or chatting with them on their support to try to figure out what may work for you, because it seems like it's a case-by-case situation on when you signed up for DoorDash and Dash Pass, and trying to figure that out. As far as the $5 restaurant credit, it's unfortunate that it's now literally a use it or lose it each month $5 credit. It no longer rolls forward. And I find that to be unfortunate because I probably won't use it. So the Dash Pass is still somewhat useful for me with the grocery credits. But I was hoping that I'd be able to utilize both credits. It just seems like it's probably not going to happen as often as I thought. So anyway, that's what I wanted to bring to you guys today. Just a little update from Chase. I'm going to be bringing you a video about what some exciting things coming to the channel. In the next couple of weeks, I'm actually going to go on a rather large trip with some friends of mine. So I'm going to get some footage from that, and I'll bring out a separate small little video about that in the very near future. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I appreciate all the support. Thanks again. See you next time.